It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for our neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? It's a neighborly day in this beauty woods, a neighborly day for a beauty. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor just like you. I've always wanted to live in this neighborhood with you, so let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Won't you please? Won't you please? Please won't you be my neighbor? Hello, television neighbors. I'm glad that we're visiting again today. Do you see the three things that I brought for you today? It's a colored butterfly, as you can see here. This is a colorful picture that my little nephew Terrence drawn, as you can see here. And here's a book by Mr. A. Milne when we were very young. And I would like to read to you, television neighbors, one page. Down by the corner of the streets where the three roads meet, and the feet of the people as they pass go, tweet, 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 who come tipping round the corner of the street. One pair of shoes, which are nurses. One pair of slippers, which are Percy's. Tweet, tweet, tweet. And that's the one part of the one page of the book that I would like to read for you, television neighbors. But now, I think it's time to call a very dear friend of mine who has a neighborhood Build-A-Bear factory in this neighborhood, and his name is Gary. Gary Gary Emilio Warren. And I would like to call him to see if this would be a good time to come over so that I can introduce you to him. I'll dial his phone number. Hello, is this Mr. Is this Mr. Is this Mr. Gary Emilio Warren?
Well, yes, it is. Very few people know my middle name. Who's this?
This is Victor Sprinkle of Victor Sprinkle's neighborhood. Perhaps you heard of my show, Mr. Gary?
Well, of course I have, Victor. You and I are old friends. Good to hear from you again. It's been a while. I thought you forgot about me.
Of course not, Gary. I was just wondering, is this the perfect time to come over and visit your Build-A-Bear, your neighborhood Build-A-Bear factory?
Well, I wouldn't call it exactly a perfect time because I'm all wet and stinky and sweaty and dirty from being outside in my garden pulling weeds in the hot sun, and I haven't taken a shower yet. But for you, any time is a perfect time, so sure, come on over. I'll be waiting for you.
All right. Well, let's go visit the world famous Gary Emilio Warren right now. Come along.
Okay.
Mr. Gary Emilio Warren, how are you today?
I am very well, Victor George Sprinkle. How are you?
Good. I would like to introduce you to my television neighbors. This is Mr. Gary Emilio Warren the fourth.
The fourth? Oh, wow, you even know that about me. You know everything about me, don't you? You must research your guests very well. That's why your show is so interesting. And hello, television neighbors. How are you? Yeah, Gary Emilio Warren the fourth here. Don't forget the fourth. So, what's up, Vic?
Nothing much, Gary.
Oh.
Now, Gary.
Yes?
How old were you when you first started your Build-A-Bear factory?
58.
58
Yes,
years.
it was a second career. My first career was in the construction business, building houses and office buildings and things like that. That's where I learned to put things together. But by the time I was 57 years old, my back hurt, my knees hurt, my elbows and wrists and hands. And I said, you know, this construction work is for younger men. What else can I do? And I thought, I like little kids. I like making kids happy. I like toys. I'm good at building things. I know. I'll build little teddy bears for kids and teach them how to build them themselves. And it could be a second career. And so at age 58, I started the Build-A-Bear Foundation, And these are a couple of my first little bears that I built.
Now,
Funny looking bear.
now, tell me, Gary.
Yes, Victor.
I heard that when you were about 9 years old, your mother and father taught you to build your first bear in London, England. Were you ever surprised or startled when you heard the news that your mother and father wanted you to build a particular bear at the age of 9?
Well, I want to tell you what surprises and startles me. It's how much you know about me. Holy mackerel, Vic, who were you talking to get that information about when I was just a 9-year-old?
I was talking to Mr. McFeely.
Mr. McFeely? Well, I'll have to talk to him later. I don't know how he knew, but you're absolutely right. Yes, at age 9, I had a little teddy bear, and my dog, Rover, got a hold of it. And you know what dogs like to do with stuffed animals? Well, I'll tell you what they like to do. They like to shred them. And my poor little teddy bear was shredded and strewn all over the backyard, and I was so upset. And then Mom and Dad said, you got to go clean that mess up in the backyard. So I went out there and cleaned up the mess, and I put it all in a bucket, and I came back into the house and I looked at it and I started to cry. And then I said, wait a minute, I can put my teddy back together. And I did. I built myself my first stuffed teddy bear at age 9, and it was like my little teddy bear was reborn. He had a second life. And you want to know what else? I never let Rover anywhere near him again.
Gary?
Where? Oh, your producer's telling me. Oh, the hand signal, I think, means we're running out of time, Vic.
Gary?
Yes, sir.
I just have one last question.
Okay.
Before I go back to my place.
Okay. Don't worry, producer. He says one question, only one.
What were the names of your other 3 members of the family, of the Warren family?
You mean my brothers and sisters?
Yes.
Well, I had a sister, Emily, and then my 2 brothers were Cleveland.
Cleveland?
And Juno.
Juno.
Mm-hmm.
So those were all combined of the Warren family.
Yeah. Emily, Cleveland, Juno, and me.
Well, I would like to come back tomorrow and talk about your 2 teddy bears named Samuel and Peter.
Okie doke. Say bye-bye. See you tomorrow, Vic.
Thank you so much, Gary.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming over. Next time I'll try to be cleaned up a little bit. Maybe shave, take a shower, the whole 9 yards.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. See you soon.
All right. What a treat that was to meet a man of great expectation. Now let's get now that we visited Gary Emilio Warren the Fourth, we have just enough time for some make-believe before we end our show. So, Trolley, why don't we just pretend that schoolmaster Francois Clements, played by my dad, is going to talk to Dr. Bill about some crossword clue puzzles. And maybe we'll just pretend that King Friday is also talking to Daniel about some new photographic glasses visions too. As the trolley goes in front of the castle in the neighborhood of make-believe. Are you ready to go, trolley? Alright, neighborhood of make-believe. Francois Clemens, ordinary music teacher and crossword teacher, I presume?
Well, Your Highness, c'est moi, Francois Clemens. You are correct there. But to say that I am ordinary, I beg to differ. I, frankly, am extraordinary. Much as yourself, of course, you are more extraordinary than any, but I am extraordinary. I am not ordinary. I do take umbrage with that characterization.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Clemens. I meant extraordinary.
Oh, well, I feel so much better, Your Highness. I am at your service. What may I do for you today?
Daniel Tiger is getting ready to prepare for his eyeglass color vision in about 10 days. And your mission is this from the king. Your mission is to build a contest for young children with special eyeglasses that they can see in the dark, and also when they sing at nighttime. That is your mission in 10 days.
Well, I think I can pull that off for you, Your Highness, because I've been working on some special infrared glasses that do indeed allow one to see a little bit at night in pitch darkness. So I'll be there for you, Your Highness.
Hello, dear. I'm Queen Sarah.
Queen Sarah! Oh my, how you've changed. Oh, what happened to your hair? And oh my goodness, your nose has certainly gotten longer. Are you sure you're not Pinocchio?
I'm sure, dear.
Well, it does sound like you. Okay, I believe it's you, even though it doesn't look like you. What can I do for you today, Your Highness?
Well, today, Prince Tuesday needs a babysitter, Francois Clements.
I'd love to babysit for Prince Tuesday. He's a lot of fun.
And he also needs help in his math homework today.
Well, I'm pretty good at math, not as good as I am at making crossword puzzles, but I think I ought to be able to handle his level of math.
I'm Daniel Stripe the Tiger, and is so glad to meet you, Mr. Francois Clements.
Well, Daniel Stripe the Tiger, you don't look too striped, but I guess you could be a tiger. It's very nice to meet you too. Let's shake paws. Let's speed this up. Your producer says you're not going to have time to get all of this on YouTube.
All right. Well, goodbye, Charlie.
Goodbye.
Well, I wonder how this contest for the crossword clues plus the loud singing competition is gonna work out. Well, we'll have to make believe some more about that another day. You know, being lovable is trying to find out what someone else might want to know how to behave, and trying to teach them how smart they could be, and when you feel peaceful about it, and they're feeling lovable about it, you could feel lovable about it too. It's such a good feeling to know you're alive. It's such a happy feeling. You're growing inside, and when you wake up ready to say, I think I'll make a snappy new day, it's such a good feeling, a very good feeling. The feeling you know that I'll be back when the day is new, and I'll have more ideas for you, and you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I will too. We have plenty of things to talk about our visits, don't we? Plenty of things to figure out and to do. And I'll be back next time. Bye.